So in the last class, we talked about inheritance. Inheritance is an object-oriented feature by which one class acquires the properties and methods of another class. And here, if you take this example, we defined a class called bank. This has one variable, one property called name, and two methods, loan and schemes. This is called a superclass. Now I want the same methods in another class. So one way is writing that code again in that class, but that is not an efficient way, because duplicating the code, writing the code again and again is not an efficient way. So what I can do is, when I want another class called myBank, I will write myBank extends bank. So by this single term, all the features of bank will be present here. So when I define an object of bank, myBank MB is equal to new myBank, I can use mb.name, mb.loan, mb.schemes, and in addition to that, I defined mb.insurance. Now this method is present in myBank, but it is not present in bank. So another feature is, we can use superclass variable to refer child class object. Here B is a bank, but I am using it to create myBank. It is a bank actually, but I am using it to create a myBank. So though it is myBank object, it is referred by bank. That's why I can call only loan scheme. Insurance I cannot call because it is superclass variable. So here there will be an error. So if I comment that, I can run this program. So mb.loan, loan code in the bank, mb.schemes, schemes in the bank, mb.insurance, the insurance is provided, and then bank B variables, b.loan, loan code in the bank, and insurance. So this is one way of polymorphism. Now one more thing, what we can do is, actually here I defined a method called loan and I provided implementation here. What is this? Loan code in the bank. Now in myBank the rules may be different, right? Bank is general, myBank is specific. Bank to bank rules will be changing. So in the myBank I may want to change the implementation of the loans method. So what I do is, I write void loan, and the implementation that I have here is system.out.println. This is loan code in myBank. Earlier it was loan code in bank. Now it is loan code, this is loan code in my bank. So now let me run this program again. Uncaught exception. Sorry. Now see, when I called mb.loan, this is loan code in my bank. When I called b.loan, it is again because my bank object, this is loan code in my bank. Now what we are doing is, please see carefully, in superclass we have a method called void loan. And in the child class also we have a method called void loan. Same name, same signature, that means prototype, whatever we are passing in. Same name, same signature, but different implementation. One method is in superclass, another method is in child class. This is called overriding. This is called overriding, which is an example of dynamic polymorphism, which is also known as runtime polymorphism, which is also known as late binding, late or runtime binding. This is called dynamic polymorphism, overriding, runtime polymorphism, late binding or runtime binding. Now, when we use constructors in the same bank, I can use a constructor, right? I can use a constructor in a bank. Or for example, let me Let me create a class called shape. What does a shape have? Double parameter or side, and void area, or I will write I am writing a constructor shape double S. When I give double S, I want side to be equal to S. Side to be S. And I can also write another constructor with new, or let us say length is equal to L, and shape, let me define another also here, double breadth. So shape, two parameters, double L comma double B. What are these? Constructors. Constructor is a method which has the same name as the class name, which doesn't have any return type. The purpose of a constructor is to create a default object. So two parameters, length is equal to L, breadth is equal to B. Now I am defining an area function, void area. Sometimes I may pass only one variable, one length, one side. Then the area is, it is somewhat square, something like square. So system.out.println, the area of square, concatenation symbol, S into S. Now I will define another function called void area, but I will send two parameters, X and Y. Now the area is rectangle, right? It is a rectangle. System.out.println, the area of rectangle is concatenation symbol, X into Y. Now see, two methods, shape, but signature is different, implementation is different. Here there are two methods, area, name is same, but signature is different, implementation is different. It is called overloading, which is an example of overloading, example of static polymorphism, also called compile time binding or early binding. Incote method We told 3 or 4 terms. Runtime polymorphism, early binding, compiled. Now let us create an object of this shape. For that we need to have a main method, right? So main method, public static void main string args Now I'll create a shape S square is equal to new shape. I am passing only one variable, let us say 5. So it is a square. So if I print s dot area, s dot s area dot s dot area how to do that? I have to pass two material, 2s area of s dot length. Next another shape rectangle R is equal to new shape. I am passing two parameters, length 10, breadth 5. So area S R dot length comma R dot breadth. Because this is not static method, the area of the square is 25, the area of rectangle is 50. So same method, same name, but different signature is overloading. Same name, same signature, but different implementation. One in parent class, another is in child class. It is known as overriding. Very, very important question in interview point of view, in examination point of view, in subject point of view. The difference between overloading and overriding. In overriding, we need two classes, parent class, child. But in overloading, we don't need two classes, we need only one class. This is about class, object, constructor, then overloading and overriding. Now, let me review what we discussed in the last classes. Let us discuss about interfaces. Let us discuss about interface. Put the side heading. Interface. What is an interface? Interface is a blueprint of a class. Interface is a blueprint of a class. It will tell what the class has to do. It means interface. Interface will tell what a class has to do, but not how to do. So in other words, interface is a set of abstract methods. Interface is a set of abstract methods. What we mean by abstract? Hiding implementation. Abstraction means telling what we are doing but not telling how we are doing. That is abstraction. So, in inheritance, we have seen different types of inheritance, right? Single inheritance, one class from another class. Multi-level inheritance, parent, grandparent, parent, child. Hybrid inheritance, mixture. One thing we discussed about Java is you cannot derive a single class from two parents. When we derive a single class from two different parents, it is called multiple inheritance. And Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. But in most of the times, we may need multiple inheritance. That will be solved by interface. So interface will contain abstract methods and static variables. Now let me give you a simple example here. I am creating a new interface. Just like a class, I am creating new interface, and the name of my interface is weight loss. Weight loss. That is an interface. Now, in this weight loss interface, I define certain methods. For example, diet method. No implementation. No coding, only method name, no implementation. Then void workout, then void maybe what you drink. So this is an interface. What does it contain? It contains certain abstract methods. Now I will define a class. Now my class name is old people. My class name is old people. Now I may have certain parameters, something like string name, then double age. Now these people also want to implement weight loss program. These people also want to implement the weight loss program. That means they want to implement all these methods. For that, what I can do is public class old people implements weight loss, W capital, weight loss. When I say weight loss, all the methods we have to override. I have to provide implementation now. So diet, void diet. I have to provide implementation. What is the implementation? System.out.println, because old people take light diet. Light diet. Then void. What are the other method? Workout. Because they are old people, I cannot tell them to go to gym. System.out.println, even they cannot do yoga, old people, only walking. All itla kuchoni itla asanalu este malli kashtam. And void drink. System.out.println, drink more water. So I have overridden all the methods. When I say implement, I should not override only certain methods, but I should override all the methods of an interface. So public void Mama? Enana? Yeah, sorry. Now main method, public static void main string args create what we create? Object of old man. We cannot create an object of weight loss because this is an interface. We cannot instantiate an interface. We can instantiate only a class. Interface is only methods. So you cannot create an object out of it. So now I will create a old man, old people, P capital, old people, O now I write O dot diet, O dot workout, O dot drink. Save. Take light diet, only walking, drink more. Now old people has implemented the interface of weight loss. Now I will create another class. Youth. I will create youth. Now this youth also implements weight loss. What is weight loss? Weight loss is an interface. Youth is a class. Now what is the difference between class and interface? Both have methods, both have parameters, but in interface we don't have implementation. We only have a method name. We only have method name but not implementation. In class we have method as well as implementation. When a class overrides an interface, it provides implementation for all the methods. Now youth, now let me copy the code from here rather than typing it again and again. So here, because it is youth, I will tell them take protein diet, because they are youth, drink more water and right? So in the main method, youth, Y capital లేదు కదా, youth new youth, కొత్త యూత్, డైట్, now one interface is implemented by more than one class. One interface is implemented by more than one class. That is common. Even one class can be extended by more than one class. That is multi what type of inheritance is that? One class is extended by more than one class? Multiple inheritance? Hierarchical inheritance. That is already there. Now what I want is, now youth class, now I will define another interface. ఇప్పుడు యూత్ అంటే ఓన్లీ ఎక్సైజ్ ఒక్కటే కాదు కదా, ఇంకేముంటాయి? ఏముంటాయి శ్రావ్య? యోగానా? There is another interface called enjoy. Another interface called enjoy. So maybe void, what is enjoyment? Music. Oh, what is only interface kada? No implementation. No implementation. అయిపోద్ది క్లాస్ అయిపోద్ది, నువ్వు తొందరపడ. వాయిడ్ మూవీస్ రెండు చాలండి. ఓకే, now in the same youth class implements weight loss, comma, one class implementing two interfaces. That means it is getting methods from two different interfaces. This is nothing but multiple inheritance. కాకపోతే క్లాసెస్ బదులు ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లోంచి వస్తున్నాయి. We have two interfaces. One is enjoy, another is weight loss. Now the youth class is getting those methods from both. So here I will define public void music, system dot out dot println, then public void movies. అనుకుందాం, right? Now the youth class is implementing two different interfaces. So Akash dot music, movies, right? Public, yeah. Take protein diet, go to gym. So this is called multiple inheritance. One class implementing two interfaces. So what is an interface? Interface is a set of abstract methods. It is a blueprint of class. Interface contains static constants and abstract methods. It cannot have method body. Only abstract methods. So it is used to achieve total abstraction, and it is used to achieve multiple inheritance. The difference between class and interface is, in class you can create objects, but in interface we can only implement it, but we cannot create any objects. In class we have implementation, in interface only method name. In class we have access specifiers, public, private, protected, but in interface only public methods. The best example of interface is, you go to ATM, you put the card, there will be methods, banking, withdraw, all those are interfaces. You don't know how they are implemented, you know only the method name, that is the interface. You open www.gmail.com, there will be username and password, that is an interface. This is about interface and